If you're crocheting for babies and you're using any pretty yarn you get from the yarn store or from your yarn stash, you might be putting the baby at a risk. Babies come with sensitive skin, they are new to the world, and they're prone to certain allergies. You also want to make items that are easy for new parents to care for. My name is Sandra and I've been crocheting baby items for the past 9 years, and in this video I'll be taking you through the best yarns for baby crochet, from the fibers to price points to standards you should look out for and what you should avoid. So let's get right into the video. Let's talk about fibers. We have natural fibers and artificial fibers. With the natural fibers, what's most recommended is bamboo, cotton, and merino wool. So this is a cotton only yarn, and this is from Bernard's Softy. It's a cotton only yarn. Cotton is breathable, it's easy to wash, it can be washed at high heat, and it's also absorbent. So if a parent wants to sanitize and wants to wash at high heat, it's one of the best fibers that you can use. However, I find it a bit stiff on the hands, and so I prefer using it for things like babes because it will be used for wiping food and liquids away. Now let's talk about bamboo. Bamboo is softer, it's more drapable, and so when you use it for garments, they really drape beautifully. However, bamboo can be difficult to care for. Bamboo can easily be washed in the washer, but you need to air dry it. Now let's talk about merino wool. Merino wool is also soft and very drapable for babies. However, it can be a bit scratchy for some baby skins, so you need to be careful with that as well. Cotton, merino wool, and bamboo only yarns are on the high side of pricing. So if you want to make something that is specialty or something like an heirloom, you can decide to go for these ones. However, mid-range, you can go for acrylic and natural fiber blends. First, let's talk about acrylic, and we'll talk about the acrylic and natural fiber blends. Acrylic is made from synthetic material, right? And it can be made from chemicals that can be harmful to baby skin. So when you're buying acrylic yarn, make sure it is certified as baby safe yarn. There's also the standard that you need to look out for, which is on some yarns, the Ecotex. Ecotex yarn is yarn that has been tested and certified to be free from harmful levels of over 3,000 substances, ensuring it's safe for human health and the environment and sensitive skin. What this simply means is that the fibers and dyes used for making these yarns have been certified and verified not to contain any harmful substances, right? And so you know that baby is safe to use. And so acrylic is on a very budget friendly level. If you want to make something to sell, or you want to make something special but you're on a low budget, you can go for baby safe acrylic yarn. And this is one of the baby safe acrylic yarns. It's the Yarn Arts Adore. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's anti-peeling, which means that it does not peel a lot, and so that's also one thing that you can look out for on acrylic yarns. When they have anti-peeling, it means you have less fluff when you make your garments. They are really nice and they are really soft. This is Yarn Art. It's 100 grams. It's really nice for making garments or any other item that you want to. This is one of my favorites since I moved to Canada, and this is Yarn Inspirations Red Heart Soft Baby Steps. It's really common if you are in North America. It's a very common brand and I really love it. It's also very soft, but it's acrylic only. It's not anti-peeling, so you have more fluff on this than you have on that. So now that we've spoken about the high-end natural fibers and the budget-friendly acrylic yarns, we are now going to talk about the natural fiber and acrylic yarn blends. These are mid-range and they're also very beautiful and nice to use for baby items. You have the acrylic and cotton blends. These are very soft and very drapable, so they're not hard on the hands like the cotton only yarns, right? But you need to watch them because they cannot contain high heat like the cotton only yarn. So this is a cotton and acrylic yarn blend. This is Yarn Art Jeans, right? This is not an ad, this is something that I've personally used. However, this is a fine weight yarn, so you need to watch out. I know Yarn Art has medium weights and DK yarns in cotton and acrylic blend. I've used brands like Alice and Adore, which have cotton and acrylic blends, and they're beautiful to use for baby items. Now you also have acrylic and bamboo, and it's one of my absolute favorites. I found this in Michael's in Canada, but if you're in any part of the world and you can't find this brand, I'm sure you can find a bamboo and acrylic blend to use. It's from Loops and Threads. It's a bamboo and acrylic yarn blend. This one is 53% acrylic and 47% bamboo. It's very soft and really dreamy. That is it. Then you can also have acrylic and merino wool blends. You need to be careful of the wool blends because sometimes wool can be very scratchy for baby skin. And so the things that you need to avoid are specialty or novelty yarns like the fluffy yarns or the metallic yarns. Specialty yarns like the fluffy yarns and the metallic yarns. They are beautiful and you can use them for appliques and trimmings and all that, but not for the main garments because they can be itchy, they can cause allergies, or they can fluff out. And babies like putting things in their mouth, and you don't want any of the fluff to go into their mouths, right? Or if there are any chemicals that have not been tested, safe for babies, it could cause other allergies and other health concerns. There are also some novelty yarns like Angora and Alpaca yarns. These are soft and they are beautiful, but they can be difficult to work with or difficult to care for, and they can cause allergies for babies. I've used some of them, but mainly for specialty clothing like baby photo outfits and props. Now about the yarn weights that's suitable for making baby garments, I find DK size 3 and medium weight size 4 to be suitable for baby items. Particularly I like using size 3 DK for dresses and for shorts and pants because they are in between. They are not too heavy, they are not too light. And then medium weight I like to use for hats and for other warmer clothing. So these are the things that you should watch out for, and these are the price points that you should be aware of and the fibers that you should be aware of. So when you go to your local store or the supermarket, you need to ask them for baby safe yarns or watch out for those ones in the aisles. So don't pick any yarn that is suitable for adults for babies, right? So when you're making everyday wear clothes or something to give the new parent, you need to use yarn that is easy to care for, that is hypoallergenic, and that has been tested as baby safe. And if you're running a business, you need to make sure that you're using something that makes sense for your pricing and for your budget needs. You can watch the next video to find baby projects to try out if you want to make a gift or start making baby items to sell. If you found this video useful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share this with a crocheter that you know. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.